I'm Mayor Ray Murphy from the town of Fort Myers Beach. I'm joined this morning by fellow council members Dan Allers, Bill Veach, and town manager Roger Hernstadt. We're here this morning to make a few announcements and so forth. The chief is going to be, and we're going to be answering comments afterwards at the end through the Facebook page. The man next to me needs no introduction. This is Chief Ron Martin from the Fort Myers Beach Fire Control District. There is no other man I would rather have stood shoulder to shoulder, which is somewhat impossible, but through this whole ordeal than Chief Martin. So without further ado, Chief, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Ron Martin, Fire Chief, Fort Myers Beach Fire Control District. I would like to thank members of my executive staff, Assistant Chief Chris Arminger, FMB Fire Commissioner John Bennett, and Jim Nickel. It's been 2 weeks since life on Fort Myers Beach was changed forever. In that time, there has been a painstaking effort to ensure every resident who stayed on the island during the storm was located. We are eternally grateful for the urban search and rescue teams that have thoroughly scoured this island as if they were looking for their own loved ones. Those USAR teams encountered 540 people that were either rescued, transported, treated, or who did not survive Hurricane Ian. Today, we stand in mourning with the families of the loved ones of the 14 residents we lost to this storm. Today is not about what's gone right and what's gone wrong. It's about giving these residents and their loved ones the respect they deserve. The respect I know this Fort Myers Beach family, this Fort Myers Beach community knows how to show each other.
Just to reiterate what the chief was just saying, our hearts go out to the families of the deceased. These were friends of ours, neighbors of ours, acquaintances, loved ones. These are people that we knew here on Fort Myers Beach. So to the families, you have our utmost condolences and sympathies, and we honor your deceased today. We will remember your deceased today, and we will never forget your deceased today. It's entirely appropriate today that we're here at Station 33 on Linnell, which out front has the remains from the World Trade Center in New York City. When those buildings went down on 9/11, those firefighters and policemen, the finest of New York City, they didn't quit. They didn't quit till that pile was down to the ground, till it was down. Even into the sub-basements, they didn't quit. That happened in September. I went up there for Christmas. They were still bringing people off of that pile. So I draw that conclusion, that analogy here today, because it took a lot of people to participate in that rescue operation. It took people from the community of New York City. It took people from all over the United States of America to help with that rescue operation. We're our own little 9/11 down here. This is what happened on Fort Myers Beach. We went after our people. We went looking for our people. The chief and the USAR teams spent, I can't tell you how many days down here looking for these people. We would not stop that operation until those people were found. And that's why we're here today honoring these people. But much like New York City, which was different than us, that was one site, and God bless them for all the work that they did. We're spread out over a 7-mile island. So that work is concluded now, and now the rebuilding starts. But much like New York City, Fort Myers Beach needs the cooperation of our community and all others throughout the United States of America. So when we send our prayers today out to the deceased, we also pray that the hope and everyone here on the beach will continue, and that the people from around the United States will continue to pray for us. Remember us in your prayers as we do in yours. So with those, I conclude today this part of my comments by saying it's with a spirit of cooperation that we will continue. We will build back better. We will build back stronger. The town of Fort Myers Beach will rise from this rubble, much the same way the World Trade Center site did, and today is a beautiful site with memorials to their deceased and buildings that continue to do commerce now in New York City. So we will rise again as well. It will take time, but it will be through the cooperation of all of our people here on the beach and the assistance of everywhere we can get. So I say again, our hearts and prayers go out to the deceased and their families. We know that God has welcomed them into his loving community already. But for those who have survived, the family members, we say to you, we will not forget you, and we will not forget your loved ones. So thank you all, and God bless you all.
So finally, the island remains in a very much of an unsafe environment. Just yesterday, we worked 3 trauma calls from recovery injuries that required hospitalization. Please keep safety a priority if you are working to clean up your properties. That includes avoiding contact with potentially hazardous water sources, practicing safe generator use, which includes having a carbon monoxide alarm, which the district is distributing throughout the island, and being careful with tools you're using and cautious on all surfaces that you're walking on. Again, today, I want to ask the Fort Myers Beach family to be united in honoring our friends that were lost, and remember that the only way forward is together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks for all that you have done for us and continue to do for us here on the beach. We'll never forget it, and it is entirely appreciated. I just want to make, in a closing remark, to remind everyone that questions will be answered by staff on the Facebook page after this is concluded. And I thank all of you that were watching today, and remember, together moving forward, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And believe me, you have terrific people down here on the ground that's working to accomplish that. So thank you again, and God bless you all.